Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Easy English Learning. In today's English class, we are going to start Fitzroy Reader's story number 51. That is the first story in the book. This book is from Saar Publications and you can refer to the story number 51. The name of the story is Paul's Principle. Here, we will listen to the new sounds that are used in the story. So, carefully listen the pronunciation of the words and obviously about the story. That what is Paul's principle actually? So, let's begin the story. Paul was 4 years old. His family thought that he was quite large for his age. But Paul felt that he was very little. So, the story is having the main character. His name is what? Paul. It is about Paul, who is a 4 years old child. His family think that he was quite large for his age. But Paul himself, he felt that he was very little. So, moving further, he had a big sister, Kay, and a big brother, Ross. Kay was nearly 8. So now we are getting the characters of the story, that who are there in this story. We are having the first character whose name is Paul, who is the main character of the story. Then we have big sister of Paul and her name is Kay. And Paul has a big brother, Ross. Kay was nearly 8. To Paul, she seemed enormous. Enormous means huge. Sometimes she would get furious over small things and tell him off. At these times, Paul had no idea what had caused her to have such a bad temper. Now, we are getting to know the new characters of the story, that is Kay and Ross, who are the siblings of Paul. Kay, it is the name of the sister of Paul, and Ross, his brother. Sometimes she would get furious. Furious means angry. Sometimes Paul's sister Kay, she would get angry at Paul over small things and tell him off. Tell him off means tell off. It is a phrasal verb. It is a phrasal verb that means to scold someone. So, what she used to do? She used to scold her little brother sometimes. At these times, Paul had no idea what had caused her to have such a bad temper. As Paul was only 4 years old child, he was not able to understand that why Kay was becoming angry, why she was angry with him. He was not able to understand her temper. Temper means mood. He was not able to understand her mood, that why she was angry. Then there was Ross, Paul's big brother. Ross was 9, but in Paul's imagination, Ross loomed even larger than a 9-year-old. Ross was big and domineering. Now, earlier we get to know about Paul's sister Kay. Now we are getting to know about Ross. Ross is who? Ross is Paul's big brother and his age is 9. But in Paul's imagination, Ross loomed even larger than a 9-year-old. Loomed means to appear in an impressive form. Means he used to think that he is very much bigger than even the 9 years of age. What Paul used to think. Ross loomed even larger than a 9-year-old. Ross was big and domineering. Domineering means bossy. He was always showing that as if he was the boss. Sometimes Paul would complain to Ross about his heavy handed treatment, but Ross would pause only long enough to tease him. His taunts followed a pattern: baby can't do it, baby can't take it. Baby can't take it, baby can't take it. So, what happened? Sometimes Paul would complain to Ross about his heavy handed treatment. Now, this heavy handed treatment, this is again what? It is a phrasal verb. That means not showing understanding of other people's feelings. Means Ross, he would never understand the feelings of Paul. That what Paul is feeling and how he is feeling. He should not make him feel like that. But Ross would pause only long enough to tease him. But that Ross, what he used to do? He used to tease his younger brother. What was his taunts? Taunts means to tease. It means to tease. His taunts followed a pattern: baby can't take it, baby can't take it. So he used to tease his younger brother like this. Paul learned to be cautious in the company of his big brother and sister. The three of them each had toys of their own. On rare occasions, they shared their toys. Now, because Paul felt so small compared to the others, he had to learn some tactics for getting what he wanted. This was particularly true when it came to playing with Kay's and Ross's toys. Now, Paul, he learned to be cautious. Cautious means careful and avoiding any kind of danger. That is cautious in the company of his big brother and sister. So whenever little Paul, who was 4 years old, whenever he was in the company of his big brother and sister, he used to be very cautious, very careful. The three of them each had toys of their own. Kay, Ross, and Paul, they had toys of their own. On rare occasions, they shared their toys. And sometimes they used to play with each other's toys. Now, because Paul felt so small compared to the others, he had to learn some tactics for getting what he wanted. Now, because Paul was the younger one, he was the little one, he was only 4 years old, he felt that he was so small compared to others. So he decided that he would learn some tactics. Tactic means a mode of procedure. That a procedure for getting what he wanted to follow some tactics. This was particularly true when it came to playing with Kay's and Ross's toys. Means that if he wanted Kay's toys or Ross's toys, then he would have to follow a certain procedure. He would have to have known some certain tactics to get those toys. Naturally, the safest solution was to wait till Ross and Kay were out. Although Paul usually felt anxious about their possible return, he nevertheless decided that the risk was worth it. Now, what Paul used to do, naturally the safest solution, because it was difficult for him to get Kay's and Ross toys because they were bigger than him. So what was the safest solution to get those toys? Means that when Ross and Kay were out, when they were out of the house, then Paul, he used to get those toys and he used to play with them. Although Paul usually felt anxious. Anxious means he was very impatient. He was not able to understand whether he should take those toys or not. So he was anxious about that they will return and they will scold Paul. So he was always in a hurry. He nevertheless decided that the risk was worth it. Nevertheless means in spite of that. In spite of that his elder siblings they may come anytime, he still used to take their toys because the risk was worth it. Worth means value. Means their toys was so good, so taking risk in that, taking risk of taking their toys, his siblings toys was worth it, was valuable. Ross had a fabulous space game. This was by far Paul's favorite. Paul was serious about wanting to be an astronaut when he grew up. Whenever he could, Paul seized the opportunity to command Ross's spacecraft. Destination: Mars, Venus, or some sector of the galaxy where no one has gone before. Now, what was that Paul always loved to play with in his siblings' toys? Ross had a fabulous space game. Ross, who is Paul's elder brother, who is 9 years of age, he had a fabulous space game. Fabulous means wonderful. He had a wonderful space game. This was by far Paul's favorite, and it was Paul's one of the favorite toys, that space game. Paul was serious about wanting to be an astronaut when he grew up. Now, Paul has decided that when he will grow up, what he will become? He will become an astronaut. What is an astronaut? Astronaut is a person who travels beyond the Earth's atmosphere, that goes beyond the Earth in the spaceship. Okay, so that is what astronaut. Whenever he could, Paul seized the opportunity to command Ross's spacecraft. So, whenever he used to get a chance, what he used to do? He used to seize the opportunity. Seize means to take by force. So, whenever he used to get a chance to play with that game, that space game, he would take that opportunity to command Ross space aircraft. Destination. There was some procedure in that to do that. You have to speak your destination and it will take you to that particular place, like Mars, Venus, or some sector of the galaxy where no one has gone before. That was the beauty of that game, that you could in your imagination, or that is not mentioned here, that how that game was actually played. So they will tell you about Mars or Venus or some other sectors of the galaxy where no one has gone before. So we will be doing the story till here today. You just go through this video and see the difficult words that we have used, the new words that we have learned along with their meanings. I will share the meanings in the description link. You can see from there. And just listen to this video again, read your story and learn the new pronunciation that you have listened. So listen it again and again, read it out loud so that you can improve your reading and your pronunciation and learn the word meanings. I will be sharing the next part of the story in the next video. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends so that everyone can get benefit of this. And please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I will be updating my channel with upcoming videos and stories. Thank you so much. Have a great day.